Welcome back, everybody, to One Ride on This Roller Coaster. Today I'm going to talk about different types of lounges that you can come across in your travels. Uh, Depending on how you're traveling, some of these lounges might be complimentary. Some of them might you have to be paid for. Other ones are, if you have a travel credit card, you're able to gain access using those. So, my first experience with lounges, I was traveling business class and flying Air France. Uh, Going into the lounge for the first time, really didn't know what to expect, what to do. I'm an early to the airport kind of person, and I get to the lounge, I'm the only person in there. Uh, Typically, you're going to find booze, there's going to be beers, wines, things like that. A lot of times you'll have snacks. There might be like a hot buffet set up, but it's definitely a little quiet place to kind of get away from the gate. Very quiet for the most part. You're gonna have TV. You have Wi-Fi that's specifically for the lounge, so it's a nice little place, like I said, to escape. Um, the other one is, like I said, if you have travel cards. Like I said, I'm a big believer in the American Express Platinum card. With that comes a couple of different perks. The first one is American Express has their uh, own lounges. They're called Amex Centurion lounges. You're going to find they're in uh, Dallas. They have one at LaGuardia, JFK, Charlotte. I'm a big fan of the one in Charlotte. It's not too big. You get to overlook the E terminal. And as COVID restrictions have been lifted, they have really started to put out a nice little spread again. Uh, and the good thing about that is you can actually have almost a somewhat decent meal, and it really doesn't cost you anything outside of your annual fee that you're using for a bunch of other perks anyway. The other thing that comes with the travel card is it has a membership to Priority Pass. Priority Pass gives you access to over 1,200 lounges around the world. Some of these are airline lounges. You can gain access to a lot of the KLM, they call them Crown Lounges. Uh, Other airlines around the world allow you access. It might only be for a limited amount of time that you can go in. Some of them restrict you to 3 hours because they have so many people coming in and out. And that was something I ran into a few weeks ago flying into Philadelphia. My connection was longer than 3 hours, but because I was connecting, I was still able to come in. If I was originating from Philadelphia to somewhere else, then I would have had to have waited till 3 hours before actual departure. And it's important to remember, it's not 3 hours prior to boarding, it's 3 hours prior to departure before you might be able to gain access into these lounges. Really good thing about Priority Pass is some of them, like I said, it's not always an airline lounge rather. Like here in Pittsburgh, they have one. It's called the Club. Really nice. I've taken some pictures, posted it on the Facebook page, One Ride on This Roller Coaster, and I fly pretty early in the morning. Really, never more than 10, 15 people in there. Right now, they're still following COVID protocols, and it's a lot of self-serve, but you can get you a little light breakfast, a little hot cup of coffee, and just a place to kind of unwind, track to when your flight's going to board, and then you leave and you just walk to your gate. Like I said, it's really nice. You're not dealing with the chaos of people that might not travel very often, trying to fight for seats. That's the other big thing at the gates is you might not want to sit next to somebody, but all the seats are taken except for one. You really don't have to worry about that because in the lounge, seating can be pretty spaced out and everybody's not really sitting on top of each other. Another good thing about going into these lounges is I feel a lot more secure that if I need to go to the toilet or something like that, I'm able to leave my bag. I'm not dragging it into a dirty restroom. So, so that's another little a perk you might not think about. And then if you don't have the travel credit cards and you are paying for access into the lounge, I've done that as well. As I've stated in other videos, I fly American Airlines a lot. They have day passes, or you can pay for their annual membership with discounts on your annual membership to these lounges based on if your status with the airline. But your day passes run about $59. And the good thing about the day pass is if you do have a connection in, say, Charlotte or Chicago, and like if I'm originating here in Pittsburgh, they do have an American Airlines lounge, or if I'm starting in Houston, they have one as well. They're called the Admirals Club. I'm able to use a pass to get in there, and then if I have a long enough connection that I can stop in a lounge at one of their hubs, then I'm able to go in there as well using the same 1 day pass. So, like I said, it's $59, but you're able to stretch it across a couple of stops. Pretty much the same perks as you're going to find anything at any of the other lounges, but it is a nice little way to escape. One of the other ones that's starting to pop up around the country are called Minute Suites. Now, these aren't so much a lounge. You're not going to find the bells and whistles that you do in the airline lounges or your business lounges. What it is it's basically it's a bed, TV, and they're going to have some snacks in there for purchase. One I stopped in a few weeks ago in Philadelphia. The lady offered me a pillow and a blanket that if I wanted to lay down. And some of these minute suites, if you are going to have an overnight connection, you can book these ahead of time for about 8 hours so that you can go ahead and sleep instead of having to go out and try to find a hotel, come back in through security. Really neat perk. I've never had to use, thankfully, but it is something that is available if you're flying through an airport with a minute suite. And some of the other little things that it's depending on the lounge and where they are with the COVID protocols, but a lot of them have shower facilities. If you have an international flight and you've been in a seat for 10 hours, you're a little grimy, airflow, you might not be as air conditioned as you would be used to, so you want to be able to shower, refresh a little bit before you get on your next plane. Some airports have arrival lounges that offer the same thing. You're just going in, maybe grabbing a little snack, using the Wi-Fi, taking a shower, and then you go through passport control and customs and head on your way. But I really wanted to just sit and kind of let you know what lounges are out there. They are really nice to take advantage of when you are traveling if you have them available. Even if you just stop by one just to kind of see what it's like, you know, pay the $50-$60 while you're there. Just kind of enjoy it. It might be something that you really get used to. Whenever I have a chance, I would much rather be in the lounge than sitting at the boarding gate just because of the chaos that takes place there. So, want to thank everybody for tuning in. I think the next one, what I might do is I might try to talk a little bit about lounge etiquette. Just keep in mind that there are a lot of these are business travelers, people that are tired. They can get cranky, so it's just a matter of being courteous to those around you and also how to deal with them being quite crowded. So once again, subscribe to the YouTube channel, give me a thumbs up, drop your comments below, and like my Facebook page, One Ride on This Roller Coaster. Look forward to everybody's comments, and until next time, take care of each other and stay safe.